Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. How's everyone doing today? My name is Ahorangi Starchild and I am going to do a very special love reading. I've been designing my own love spread and I thought I'll take it for a spin today. So, if you're a first time viewer, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Welcome to my soul family. Thank you for sharing this beautiful journey of light and love with me. Okay, so my name is Ahorangi Starchild. Below this video, you will find links where you can contact me. And my website at the moment is under construction. I'm changing things on my website, so my website isn't available at this point in time. But there is Facebook. I've dropped MeWe because I just feel like MeWe, there's so many creepy people on MeWe, it's like, no, God, I can't do this. So I pull the chain on MeWe because you just have so many false profiles on that platform. It's just not true. So it's basically Facebook and email for now. I have a lot of information out on my Facebook page under Heart Solutions. You can click on the link if you want to find out anything. You can PM me. You can see what I'm about. My Facebook pages are very transparent. Okay, so that's for now while I'm working on it. So this is a very special love reading. I'm using my original Rider-Waite. And then these are soulmate cards. Okay. So as I said, I've been working on my own spread. I like to give it a whirl. And this is, even though I might mention sun signs and rising signs and all of that, it doesn't necessarily have to pertain to astrology. Okay, I find that it's just too much work to try and read for signs. Doing 12 readings, so I'm going to put out my videos. I'll do these romance readings more often. I'll put them out non-specific. And also remember the date of publishing and also the date from when you view it is when this reading comes into power for you, so to speak. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Don't try and make a storyline fit if it's not for you. As I say, I will post these readings more often so that there's a larger selection. I don't want to be doing picker decks for this specific spread because it's my own spread that I've designed, and I wanted to it's very kind of specific to a situation. Okay, so if it doesn't fit, it's not for you. And please keep in mind it is a general reading. Time is fluid, can be flipped, reversed. Just put it where it fits. Okay. So there will be astrology mentioned here, signs, just to give you an idea of the personality traits and the circumstances we're dealing with here. But I'll try and do these on a regular basis, and you can just watch them as you find them. Okay. So if you like this reading, please click like. If you like my style, please subscribe. Please share my videos. I love reading for you. I love doing love and romance readings. There's not enough love in the world. So I don't want to make the introduction too long. I will just dive straight into it then. Last shuffle. So the question is there love coming for you? If you tune into this reading, masculine dominant, feminine dominant is what I'm reading for. So, whether you're male, female is not important. It's about the dominant energy for you. You just put where it fits. So the question was, is there love coming for you? Yes, there is love coming for you. Long and lasting happiness. Surrounded by family, soul family. If you don't have family, if you've been in the transition of going from DNA family to entering a soul family situation, then yes, there's love coming for you. There's opportunity to build a family. long-lasting happiness. This is having the husband, the dog, the children, you know, even if you don't like children, fur babies, whatever floats your boat, okay? So there's love coming for you. That's a resounding yes. The rest of the cards, I'm just going to lay them out. And then we'll read them as they come. Just want to get my angles right so I can fit everything in. Maybe bring it a bit closer. Sorry. It's not always that easy working with camera angles. This was probably the biggest challenge I find I've had to deal with in readings. All the camera angles, trying to make everything fit. Getting the light right. As you can see, it's quite a big layout, but I want a lot of information. I did go and try and find some really nice romance spreads on, you know, on Google. You go have a look around, but none of them went as in-depth as I would like to. And then I also pre-drew this little, so this is messages. So basically what we have is here, we're asking, is there love coming? And so the answer in this case is yes. If the answer was no, we would have had a look at obstacles and why not, and what you can do to change it, to put you in the driver's seat of your life. Okay, that's how I read. I read empowering, in a way to empower people. So these little cards here are messages that the message that you have for your loved one, for your love person, your soulmate, your divine feminine or divine masculine, and vice versa. So the messages that you have for each other. Okay, so this will be the viewer side, and this is the person coming in. Okay, so I don't feel like cross-watching is an option here because there's no star sign here, so I just say this is the viewer and this is the other person. And this card I will do last. The messages that you have for your soulmate coming in. And this reading is for people who are single. I don't read for people who are into menage a trois, okay? I don't read for tricksters. If you are in that line, move over to the next aisle. If you have that type of energy. But with that being said, let's start. So there is love coming for you, and you have, and I can see the reason why. For the viewer, you are fully in your power. You have gone through a huge transformation, getting to Empress status. And this card is ruled by Taurus, Cancer, Moon, Venus. Okay, but she's also all the queens rolled into one. If you are a feminine person watching, this is you rocking your own show. This is you sitting in your power. You do not need a man or a masculine. You are open to love because you are open to love, not because you need it, but because you feel it is something you want, something that you are ready for. Okay, to get to Empress status, you would have had suffered losses in the past. You would have had to maybe walk away from situations on an emotional level that really, really wasn't good. I mean, this is losses on the heart level. This is a full-grown woman. She has experience in her corner, and that experience come from, you know, failures, to having to walk away from situations, to being a victim in certain situations. You just look at this however you feel once, but you don't get to sit on that throne in getting there on the highway or the motorway. This is through trials and challenges that you get to sit there. Okay, it's earned. It doesn't fall in your lap. So that is the reason why all this happiness this 10 of cups is coming your way, it's because you have earned it. It's time to be happy. You know this. um I feel like maybe um with your mature attitude concerning life and being secure inside of yourself and having grown and learned how to take care of yourself, nurture yourself, and get yourself to a strong place where you know that you can put yourself number one on your list. This has brought you to a place where that makes you very attractive, okay, romantically. To get the Empress as, so she's the queen of all queens. Everyone wants her, okay. Your person has the moon. So the moon is Scorpio, but it can be potentially Cancer as well, because we have those crustaceans coming out of the water there. I feel like a person coming in for you is potentially a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I also feel like your person can dig really deep emotionally. They understand the dark side of humanity. They understand the dark side of themselves. When I say dark, I mean understand that everything in this life is not just about light. So I feel like your person coming in is someone who has seen some trials and errors themselves, and at this moment can't really see how love is going to transpire in their world. They still sort of coming out of um I wouldn't say a depression, but their journey is about soul searching, is about calming and soothing their own fears. It's about learning how to handle their own internal conflict, how to level out their emotions. And so I feel like, and we also have the 10 of cups here, which is like water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. So I feel we also have the moon on this side. The Empress is the moon and Cancer. So I feel like a very strong Cancerian nurturing energy in this connection. What's keeping you from receiving love? Doors are open. It's either the doors are open or you aren't open to opportunities yet. You know that if you want love, when you are ready to go into a partnership, that you are going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You're actually going to have to open yourself again, up emotionally, to be able to connect with someone. And I feel like maybe you feel like, yes, I am finally in a place where I can take care of myself. I feel secure. I feel grounded. I feel um emotionally all my wounds have been repaired and I'm healed. But there's this tiny little but. Am I willing to step into the possibilities of opening myself up again? Because when you are in a relationship, there is going to be a learning process. There is learning, there's work to be done, okay? Because once is work, once it's spiritual, but also it's realizing that love takes effort. And that's, well, I'm sitting so comfortable in this throne here. I don't really know if that is where I want to, at this point in time, expend my energy. That is how that comes up in the obstacle. We have a water sign here, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So the obstacle for your person is himself or herself. So if you are a masculine person watching this video, I feel like when you get the Empress, it means like you are financially stable, you're feeling cool, you've got your life together, you know how to take care of yourself, you know how to be creative, and be fully, self-sufficient in a connection. All right. But I also feel like if you're a masculine person, that this is what you're looking for. You're looking for a feminine person who has her shit together and who can match your energy and being independent as well. Okay. So the obstacle is the same. Am I willing to risk my placid lake, my placid environment for the potential upheavals that relationships bring? That's the question. And then we have the partner here. So if you were a masculine here, waiting for feminine to have her emotional shit together, then this is her, okay? This is someone who's emotionally stable. They've worked through their emotional baggage and they healed. Their wounds are healed. They are very mature in their approach to life. But the obstacle for this person coming in is himself. It's about coming to new perspectives. It's about embracing the journey to move forward, because there is a road there. It is, how long do you want to stay in one place trying to work things out? Emotionally, mentally, psychologically? Do you feel like maybe you need some counseling of some kind, uh, someone to talk to, someone to process the trauma of your life? Because to get to the moon, you must have had some trauma, and whether this is trauma in relationships, whether this is trauma in your childhood, to get to the moon, that means scraping the bottom of the barrel on an emotional level. So that is what is kind of slowing the two of you down to get to each other. But the promise of happiness is sitting there. So I do feel like on the viewer side, they are very much taking their time, not in a rush when it comes to romance at all. Okay, we have Temperance, which is a card of healing, the card of finding your inner balance, keeping your equilibrium. But I also feel like the viewer is she. I feel like she or him, he or she is already knows what they want, because we have the Hermit here. The Hermit is someone who's been around the block. The Hermit is someone with life experience. It's the number 9 before it hits the 10 of Jupiter. So for me, it is like that little lantern shining towards this 3 of Wands, which follows on that 2. It tells me that the viewer is slowly coming out of that space where they're thinking, am I open or out? I feel like they've already crossed that line. They've already taken that first step and say, yes, I'm ready for love. They might have even know who they have their eye on. So this could be, we have Sagittarius coming in here with Temperance. So it could be Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you have such a strong Sagittarian tendencies in the way of philosophy, freedom loving, very hard to pin down. It's very hard to, make a Sagittarius person heal at the altar, okay? But I feel like the Empress already has decided that there is, this Sagittarian flavor to what she has her eye on. Because look where this Two of Wands is. She says, I will step out of this comfort zone, but I want this. I think she's already decided, and she's waiting for it. She's already waiting for it to come in. And I feel like there's been conversations between the viewer and the angels, because we have angels working here behind the scene to bring two souls together. And we also have the Hermit, someone going within, someone who spent a lot of time by themselves, because I feel they are very clear. The Hermit doesn't really guess. They don't leave anything to chance. Okay, the Hermit is Virgo energy. So I feel timing for love on the viewer side is from now, because we're in September. September to November. Okay, so 21 August to 21 December. That's your timeline. It's 3 months, isn't it? Like we have the 3 here as well. So September, October, November. It's 3. So that's where I put the timing for this. But remember, timing is fluid. The viewer is already waiting for their love to show up, because they are ready, but they're very picky. They're very decisive about what they want because of past experiences. Maybe they're waiting for someone from their past, because a Hermit to me is someone who reflects on past lessons learned, someone who carries their wisdom within themselves and who plays their cards close to their chest. Someone who's had a Jesus moment here. Okay, someone who is very spiritual. We have very spiritual cards here. We have and temperance is about healing. So I kind of feel like the Empress is mature enough to know what type of connection it is that she needs. She needs one that is well balanced, one that is temperate. In other words, no extremes, a tempered kind of um connection. But I also feel like the person that coming in for the viewer is someone who might have a different cultural background, because Sagittarius is about international. Okay, it's about broadening your horizons, traveling worldwide. So that brings in that a flavor of international, different cultural backgrounds potentially, but I don't feel that that's going to be an issue here at all. And I also feel like the person that they're waiting for might be close to water. Like both the viewer and the person that they're waiting on is close to water. There's a very strong water theme here because we have the moon here as well. There's the ocean, okay, close to the ocean. Plus we have the king of. There's a lot of water here. So I feel like the person coming in, the strong Piscean flavor here, people. We have the King of Cups and we have the Hanged Man. So your person needs to make a decision on how, how are they going to move forward, because they kind of can't see their way out of their current situation. They're navigating themselves closer to you by operating on their intuition only. And 10 out of 10 for the water signs. If anyone knows how to trust intuition and vibes, then give it to them, because they know how to navigate that stuff. We have the hangman. So this is someone who's patiently waiting for something to dissolve itself, something to resolve itself. Hangman is about someone who is in the process of becoming enlightened. They know they need to make a decision concerning moving forward in their life. And this Two of Swords come out of this Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is a very disempowered kind of situation. I feel like your person, the viewer's person, could potentially be struggling with a situation where they want to keep the peace, because Swords is about doing the right thing. Swords is about communication, it's mental activity. They want to do the right thing, but they're not quite sure how. They know they need to make a decision on communicate, maybe cut their losses, because swords are used to cut things out. Cut yourself loose, set yourself free. What's that? Song that I hear from 50 Ways to Leave a Lover. So if someone can take that, 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover, that's what I see with this. I kind of feel like your person is waiting for enlightenment as to work their way out of a situation. So what is going to bring the two of you together is honesty. Honesty from the heart, speaking your truth no matter how much it hurts, okay? But it's also about realizing that if both of you had suffered loss on a heart level, that both of you will understand where you come from. Both of you will treat each other with utmost respect. You will guard each other's hearts, but you also, to a certain extent, guard your own heart. But as you learn to trust each other, and as you open up, and as you connect with each other on heart level, that is what truly brings the happiness and the value to your connection. So there's a very, very, very passionate connection here. Okay, very freedom loving. I feel like for this relationship is a long-term love coming in for you. We have the Four of Wands, which is the card of celebration. We have success, a lot of passion, movement. We have connection to the heart center. There might even be children that will bring the two of you closer together. Like, I don't feel like if there's other children involved from different families. If you've been divorced, or you've broken up out of a connection with our children involved, I feel like when the viewer and their romantic partner come together, that their children will be fully accepting of each other. This is definitely a connection where there is a difference in cultural background. And I also feel like someone in this connection might be in the public eye, because we have the Six of Wands here. We have someone who is very fond of children. They have a youthful approach to life, but I feel like this is the overall energy for your connection, that family is so, so, so important. But it's also important to be able to keep the balance in your connection, not to dominate each other, to give each other the freedom and the space to be who they are, to keep each other the freedom to move in and out, have their own schedules. I feel like with this world here that there will be travel involved in this connection, like a love for traveling, a love to experience different cultures. Um, Once again, someone in the public eye. So I feel like that could be both parties, or it could just be one. That could be the viewer's person coming in, or the viewer themselves, who works with the public and who is almost like center stage kind of thing. Um, and it doesn't have to be like international. You could have your own YouTube channel. You could work in an environment where you deal with public, at large, and you are always visible. Maybe you are the face of the company that you work for. Maybe you are the first person that they see when they walk in the door, as a receptionist. So that is kind of like being in the spotlight. I kind of see that someone who works with the public and who is well known and widely recognized for their capabilities, and very successful as well. So I feel like this connection here, we have the Ten of Cups, we have the Four of Wands. I feel like this is a long-term partnership, because we do have cards that says moving in together. We have cards where people share the same living space. I don't see marriage here per se. There's no marriage cards here, but I do see people moving in together, and at the very least become de facto partnerships. Okay, building a family together, building a future together. I see it very stable, and I see it as a very passionate, very open, outgoing, the ability to communicate with each other. In have your heart on the sleeve and be honest. I feel like what might bring you together. I don't see any cards of the past here, but I do see this connection as being divinely guided. That whoever, if you watch this and you are waiting for a water sign to come into you, or someone who has a lot of water personality, in other words, they're sensitive, good counseling abilities, good listening, very creative. If this is a masculine person, they would be very creative with their hands. They would be making things, creating things, whether this is in the way of engineering, design, clothing design. It could be someone who's highly intuitive, someone who likes to paint, sing, write music, write poetry, someone who likes water sports, kite surfing, kayaking, diving, snorkeling, whatever it is. I feel like this person coming in for you is someone who is very, very deep type personality, but love the water, connected to the water, connected to nature, has a very sensitive side to them. They can listen and understand, especially with that moon card there. This is someone who truly understands that life is not easy, who can actually sit and listen to someone who's having a very tough time, and actually having the ability to counsel someone else through a very tough time. So there is definitely love coming for you if you're watching this. timing for this happening is from now until November. There will be a date below this video on when I've posted it. So just take the time frame from when you view it. Okay. So if you view this message, say in January of 2020, then the timing for this love will be September 2020 to November 2020. Okay, so from ever date you view this. So let's see, what message do you have for your loved one? Okay, it says, dwelling on the past and future keeps me from experiencing the power of now. I make a conscious choice to be present. I accept love now. I am grateful for your love, which is exactly what this Empress is doing. And I said, she's been through tough times and she's decided and the funny thing is, my twin always tells me, be in the moment, stay in the moment, breathe. Okay. And that is always like the power seat of my life. And not that I say that I just resonate with this. Okay. So this is for someone who is focused on staying in the now and saying that this is where I am. This is the message that the viewer is sending to their beloved, even though they might not have met yet. Say, I accept love now. I am open to this love, open to it. And I'm grateful for your love because I know you're coming, okay? Message from your love coming to you is saying, stop taking life so seriously. Achievements and possessions will pale into insignificance when your soul journeys back home to the light from which everything stems. So it's about what I feel like with this moon card, your love, or the love that's coming in for you, is saying that they are getting themselves out of the situation where they might potentially feel stuck by realizing that the self-imposed prison that they are putting themselves in is something that they need to change a perspective on. So stop taking life so seriously. Achievement and possessions, which I feel is maybe what can keep them, because there's a castle in the background there. So maybe it's a situation to stay financially secure. Maybe they're in a relationship, or need to make decisions to keep them financially secure for whatever reason. And it says, achievements and possessions will pale in significance when your soul journeys back home to the light. So this person kind of knows that the love of their life is the light in their life as well. It's the light in their life as well. And if they're going through a time where, they're navigating through uncertain times, they know that the light of their life is waiting for them just on the other side. Just to make it, that road in the back there, it leads to the sun. And they know this, and they know that you are the light of their life. And so they are working their way out of this situation to make progress, to meet with you. Hopefully before the end of this year. And I see it as very passionate, very stable, successful, moving in together, having a family together, creating stability together, spiritual connection. We have the Hangman and the Temperance. We have divine beings assisting you to bring the two of you together. A lot of wisdom in this connection, a lot of freedom. It sounds like a winning recipe. It sounds like the type of love that I could sign up for. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of this reading. Click like if you like, subscribe if you like my style, and I look forward to do another one of these readings for you soon. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Light and love.